treasured for all time. Alright, I believe I am live. What's hitting me in the leg? It's all my Doctor Who stuff. Okay, well, I'll deal with that shortly. Alright, so here's the thing. This week is primarily going to be game playing. Tomorrow, the reason I'm doing this is I kind of really want to kind of catch everybody up and let you know what's going on this week. Because if I don't tell you, you're not going to find out. The way YouTube is throttling me because of this strike. You get to the point where you just get disgusted. And I'm at that point. But we have a lot of different type of games. A game, there's a story behind Zaya, excuse me. But somebody did a video. I swear to God, if I could have choked that kid, I would have choked him. That's the first time. This is the first time I'm saying this live on air. Trying to tell people how to pronunciate it. 20 minutes on how to pronunciate this game because he understood Chinese and Spanish. Why do I do this? Why? Okay. See, I knocked my glasses over. All right. There's a bunch of stuff coming in, and it's a different. I've been just bringing things in because I want to be different. Okay, what am I doing here? And one of the things, hold on, let me just fix this because I had to put this down because I still had the. If you guys didn't see the excitement yesterday of yesterday's Subutio tournament, which we had a phenomenal time doing. Thanks everybody for being over in Twitch. Thank you so much. That's been taking a beating lately because I haven't been paying attention to it as much as I should. I actually have to fix the page over on Twitch. I've been so upset over this YouTube thing. It's egg whites, right? Okay. So I've been bringing in a lot of stuff. A lot of old school stuff like Starfleet battles that I plan on doing. I just want to do things that make me happy. Like I did a Raving Spire Saturday. I figured a way to, if you saw today's video on how to homebrew stuff, I'm curious to see what you guys think. But the most important thing is that, games like Raving Spire where people didn't care for it much, but I already saw how I liked it and what I could do to fix it. Hey, Glowing Turtle, how are you? So, I had gotten some stuff in, I'm not a big Munchkin guy, but this was sent to me by my dear friend Pete, who, of course, Simon. And we're going to take a look at this. And I'm actually interested in this version of Munchkin. So you're going to see a review on it, maybe a little bit of painting on it. And then maybe we'll try to play it. I may, if Miss Helen Adams isn't too busy, see if I can get her to jump in on it and see if we can mess around with it, see if we can figure out how to do it. Another game I brought in that I've been very fascinated in, I didn't back the Kickstarter, no, but this is the 2020 version of The Hunters. I'm trying to find the best way to show it to you. This is pretty cool. Okay. Oh, see, I'm just looking at myself on the camera. Oh, I did it again. Hold on. It wouldn't be a stream unless I didn't fix the focus on the other camera there. Come on. Okay, there we go. Hold on. Bear with me. It's the worst channel on the planet. No, no wonder why we're where we're at. Holy cow. So, one of the things is Hunters AD 2114. I'll be getting that kind of ready. We're going to do this. We're going to be doing this at the end of the week some point. Maybe not at the end of the week, probably over the weekend. I think I'm going to tape the last painting thing because my hands really bother me, and I may even skip it this week and just play things all week. That's the kind of mood I'm in. But we'll see how it goes. I have an obligation. I should probably just live up to it. But this game here, now the cameras, I have now two different stands. I have one over here, which I'm using for Subutio mostly, and then I have the one over here that I come right down over my shoulder, because I'm just a lazy lump. I'm going to we're going to focus on that camera today. So there's a little bit of a story that goes with this. Back in 2000, I want to say 2016. It was one of the early Dice Tower conventions. It had to be about 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah, it had to be 5 years ago, to be honest with you. Hey, Kabook. I saw this game and I sat down and I played it. So I immediately ran out and I bought this. Well, as you can see, it's still in the shrink wrapper. Okay? Bought it and it's sat on my shelf for close to 5 years now. 5 years. 5 years. The reason I didn't play it, number one, I could never get Justin to play it. And if you guys remember when Janice was around, I couldn't get her to play it. So you needed 3 people. So I didn't want to get rid of it because I'm a big fan of space games. And I was just going to try to mess with it myself. Well, I come to find out that they came out with this expansion. So just recently I did some research and I went out and I got this expansion. I also went out and got this. Now, it came with... This is a 2,000 credit coin. Okay. Why would you want it 2,000? Why wouldn't you make it 10,000? Is it really going to make that much of a difference? Okay, hold on. I'm going to open up this bag. So, how much is this? Yeah, 2,000 credit coin. So you got a 2,000 credit coin with it as well. So we're going to open this up because the game plan here, and I'm going to come back up top here for a second, is we're going to talk a little bit about the game. Okay, I've done some research. I may be wrong on a few things, so maybe you guys can help me with it because this is a community. We do a community effort. And what I'm thinking of doing is doing the solo this Wednesday. All right. I've got nothing planned, so I'm thinking I have a dentist appointment at 2 o'clock. As soon as I get back, I'm going to tee this up, and we're going to invest 4 hours. Then the following week, I'm going to see I'm going to see if I could figure this out enough to bring some of you guys in and play. I'm just going to change up everything. I'm going to have some fun. I'm going to go out with my boots on. I don't know if I should add this or if this does. Well, we're going to take a look at it, and I'm going to get everybody's opinion on what we're doing here, okay? So, mission and powers, I don't know enough about, okay? So I'm going to think about it. First of all, hello, Kabuki. Hello, Helen. Tim on Twitch, thank you so much for being over there. Matt, thank you for being over there like the champion that you are. Godzilla lover. You don't write, you don't call anymore. You've broken my heart. Joe Mac, how are you? At least add Embers. You need it anyways for solo. Yeah, I knew I needed this for solo. This is really fascinating. But we're going to start by opening up the original game itself. And this isn't a box opening. This is just getting this prepped so I don't have to do it on Wednesday. And then I have a very, very interesting game that we're either going to play Thursday or Friday. I don't even want to tell you about it because it's so out there. I discovered it on I was looking for something. I forgot what I was looking for, and I typed in the wrong thing, and this game popped up. And I went, wow, what's this? So I ended up watching the designer's video on it, and I was so blown away. And of course, people, complain about everything because, every game's broken in some way or something like that. But I love the idea, and if I had to twist it and turn it a little bit, it's not a big deal to me because I can make it fun. And the components and everything about it is just ridiculously great. All right, so we're going to open this up. All right, come on. So, oh boy, I'm already like frightened. All right, so there's just a ton of punching, isn't there? So this is the first time this has been open in 10,000 years. So I've been going through this and understanding this and how you upgrade your ships and stuff like that. We're gonna take a look at everything here. Now this is old, so maybe for some of you this is boring as all get out. Oh, you do get metal tokens in here, don't you? Oh, really? See, even my dog started barking, going, yeah, you do. Whoa. Okay. Game on. Oh, wow. Metal money is like the greatest thing. You could have the worst game ever. Okay? It could be the most awful game on the face. Oh, I think the UPS guy's here. Meaning he's dropping off more goodness. But if you add metal coins to it, for some reason you want to play it. Because metal coins make everything better. Most of the time. Do not use your teeth when opening up bags. It's not good. You could break your teeth. And if you're old like me, you need to keep whatever teeth you have left. Oh, that feel. Look. And then you just like that. Yeah, that 2,000 credit went in there. Little bit of novelty. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. All right, there we go. All right, so these are 5,000. Okay, so we don't have to worry about opening all these up right now. The main thing is what I want to check out. Okay, here we go. Is the ships. Okay. Do I need to zhuzh them up a little bit? Am I that anal that I have to... Oh, no, these are fine, just the way they are. All right, that's cute. Okay. I mean, if I wanted to be anal, but I'm not. It's a game, for crying out loud. Okay, these are the stands. Okay, so I don't have to worry about opening all that up. All right, we can keep all these in here like this. Okay, cool. I'm down with it. All right, let's get some of these. Now this stuff is just ridiculous. Ridiculous. See, I keep on thinking the camera's over here when it's over there. Sorry. The smell and feel and newness. I was never one to be that kooky. And not that it's kooky. I mean, I get it. Oh, what happened there? Okay, what happened there? There was a little glitch there. That's all right. Okay, we'll switch over to this camera here. There we go. Yeah, look at. Yeah, this is plasma. That is spice. How cool is it that they decide to add in spice? All right, let's get this all broken up. And we're going to... And there's a lot going on here. The one thing I got to ask Kabuki, what is the big deal about having these things around your ship or on your board? Does it really make that much of a difference? All right, so we want to make sure we get this. Okay, this here, as you upgrade your ship, and oh, hold on. Let's pull out one of these ships, just in case some of you don't know about this game. You never know. The expansion, so interested in this, but don't think it works at 2. It does work at 2, and it works even... It does a lot of neat things with 1, believe it or not. Okay, so this might be a little different than the solo thing. Declare action. Spend, roll, draw, move. Okay, your impulse, your engine. You're going to be using energy. So I'm going to try to explain this the best I can. You're going to be filling these ships, and you're going to try to build and upgrade this ship. Like, this is a level 1 ship right here, okay? Hold on. I'm reading some of the comments here. They are color indicators to show who you are. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you, Kabuk. I don't know about it, heard about it, but never saw it played. Well, we're going to be playing it this Wednesday. You can also buy different ships. Yeah, so you start with a tier 1 ship, and as you go around gaining money, you can start to build up your ship. So I'm going to explain this. So when we play on Wednesday, everybody has a little bit of an idea, hopefully as much as I do, what's going on. Now, you're going to pay, I believe it's $5,000 to go up to level 2, because it's $1,000 with 11 hold, and then you're going to go up to a level 2 ship. That's going to cost you 5,000 credits and a hold of 13. Now, you see this right here? These arm things, you're going to be able to activate your engines and stuff like that. Now, right here, your ship has nothing in there. Has no engines, no shields, no weapons, no nothing. 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 But everything runs off energy. You got to be careful. You run out of energy, psh, game over, man. Game over. You have impulse, which is you can use, okay? But in order to refresh it, say you use your armed cubes to activate movement, you're going to have to refresh that with energy. But you also have to be able to push yourself back up. You're going to have to find a way to gain energy. So there's a good balance where you have to be smart with your energy, be careful with it, because if you run out of energy, you're done. So you just can't go crazy, okay? Keeps you very, very honest. The whole point of the game is if you're playing with a bunch of players, you're going to start here, and the first one to whatever you decide, 20 fame points, wins the game. Now, here's the thing. When you are playing this next expansion that we're going to be talking about, we'll talk about that. You're going to be playing against the AI, and the AI has a bunch of different ships, okay? So if you are carrying cargo, you're going to have a ship that's after you to take you out because they're going to want to rob your cargo. If you are an outlaw, you're going to get chased. And then you're going to have this merchant that's going around just buying and selling. And what he's doing is creeping up this chart here. And once they start on side A, but the minute they hit 10, if you're playing a 20-point game, you're going to flip it over, and they level up and they become even tougher. Okay? Which is just nasty. Now, if you notice here, there's some areas where there are cards. Now, I believe that you get a different card in the in the expansion. We'll talk about that when I open up the expansion. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. Okay. So, anyways, like I said, you're going to pay money, and things are going to take up slots. So, for instance, if I wanted to upgrade my engine, okay, and I was flying this bad boy, okay, I would pay 2,000 credits, I believe, at a certain planet, and then I would put this in here. Now, remember when I said about the armed thing? If you see, this means you can roll a D8. You're going to be rolling a D8. All right? And then what's going to happen is you're going to be able to move that much. Now, you can do little upgrades that'll give you plus whatever to your roll, which is upgrades to your engines. But you're going to take one of these arm things and you're going to put it on here. Okay? And there's a little peg here that goes here, but we'll worry about that. And you could do it 3 times. But that's going to cost you 3 energy. You got to be really smart in how you utilize your stuff. Also, if somebody's close to coming after you and shooting you, you want to also be careful, because if you have shields, you're going to want to be able to arm them. If you don't arm the shields, you're going to take damage, particularly ice damage. Did I explain that okay, Kabook? All right. So let's put this aside for now. This aside for now. And what we're going to do is we're just going to punch all this goodness in here. Because that's what we do. That's what we do. And if I explained this right, you explained it fine. Well, there you go. Look, I think I'm already getting it. Because I've been reading, I downloaded a book or something, and I started reading it to try to make sure that I had it down. Because I didn't want to... Now, remember when I was telling you about shields? Okay? You're going to start very low, and you're only going to be able to handle a certain shield. And that 6 is going to absorb a certain amount, okay, of getting pounded. Now, if you see how you have these 2 spots, you can activate them twice. All right, there we go. Don't fly blindly into a sun. And, well, you know, that can happen too. There's all kinds of neat things, and then you'll upgrade to different shields. But as you can see, as you upgrade, it's going to take up more slots. And you got to remember, you got to have a cargo hold in order to hold other stuff, or else somebody else is going to be able to take it. Now, okay, these are throughout the galaxy, and I'm going to show what these do in a minute. Hold on. I believe they have bags here. Hold on. Let's do this. All right. Bear with me. This is your impulse token, so you know when you've used it, when you have it. All right, let me put this aside there. And like I said, I'm going to try to explain as much as I can to make it easier for everybody. And maybe even, you know, you could hunt this game down if you want for all get out, you know? It might be something that's up your alley. Me, I love sandbox games. And this is a game that is very sandboxy and out there. And count me in, you know? All right, so you're going to have... remember the FP points? Yeah, you can have those too. There you go. Oh, I've got little bags here. How cute. All right, so this is one of the suns. This is Zaya. This is a main star. Okay? And then you're going to have these other... These are spawn points or starting points for the AI or other players. When you cannot go into a planet, okay? You're going to have to count your way in, but you can only go through the entrance. You cannot break this barrier here. So that could be kind of frustrating if you're low on movement and you want to get in here and you want to upgrade, especially Dorvian, which is an important planet here. Hold on, let me pull one of these out. You're going to have these tokens that are going to be throughout, and they're going to go on these question marks. They're going to do certain things, and they're going to give you certain things. So you're going to want to go around, you're going to want to land on it and claim it. And when you do, oh look, you get like an extra credit, or you can get different types of resources and things like that. All kinds of neat little things that can help you through this game. We have outlaw planets. You're going to have those too. And if you remember, there's just tons of different things that you can buy to upgrade. Here we have weapons. You have weapon systems that you're going to want to upgrade your ship with. All right? Like, okay, I know that I want to be able to take out anybody that gets near me. All right? And I want to be a vicious dude. That's what I want to do. Boom. Crean isn't well recently? Oh, no. Yeah, she had a really bad reaction I don't know what happened. I'm still trying to figure it out. The poor girl, I just feel so bad for her. You know, she's just always having such a tough time. And of course, you know, she hates when I talk about it, but you know, you can't help but worry, you know. But her lip blew out. Her front lip blew out like if you saw the Twilight Zone, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. She looked like one of the creatures. That's how bad her lip went. Her lower lip was fine. Her front lip, I swear to God, and I would have said something, but even I'm not that stupid. I'm really not. I look stupid. I'm just not that stupid. There was no way I was going to go, hey, did you ever see that Twilight Zone episode? Well, you kind of look like that. Boy, that would have went over well. Help identify player color for your mini. Thank you, Tim. It's truly a gorgeous production. I'll give you. Yeah, you know, I never worried about a game being pretty. Is it aesthetically that sometimes it helps with the theme and things like that. But to be honest with you, to be dead honest with you, if a game plays really, really well, I think that's more important than anything. You know, that's a question that I think that we're going to have for next week's Rob versus the community. It's not like, you know, we're fighting each other or anything like that, you know. We're not in like some death match. It's basically a thing where, if you haven't seen the video yet, it went up at 12 o'clock today. It's my thoughts. Instead of doing top 10 lists, because everybody does top 10 lists, I wanted more of the community's input, because after all, this is a channel that is very sound on its community. I really believe that, okay? A lot of people try to imitate us, but very few can pull it off, okay? And after all, imitation is flattery. Let's be honest, okay? But to get to the point that I was trying to make, I'm just trying to push this out. Oh, that's all right. You know, you guys have lives. I mean, you can't sit here and. That's why the Tiger didn't do an update video this weekend about the soccer show. He's going to do 2 next week, because I spent all day just trying to get her back to health, and it really put me behind with all the stuff I wanted to do. And you know, it makes you think. You know, I put so much pressure on myself to do things when I don't need to do, you know, make 1,000 videos, but I can't stop myself, and that's why, you know, I said what I said on Saturday. I don't want to rehash it. You know, I think it's a good idea that next year, starting next September, to really cut it down. And, you know, because I just feel I have a lot to say in between that time. It's the time I start feeling I don't have anything to say. It's the time to just walk away. That's it. All right, there we go. Helen failed on getting the cover for today's video. Well, you know, I've been letting off Helen because, you know, either Miss Helen is too busy with her day life, which is more important than some stupid YouTube channel, to be honest with you. And I just want to make sure that Miss Helen is okay, because I begged Miss Helen to stay on with me for at least another year and help me out. And if she can get through one more year, that I think will be good. It's a lot. It's a lot, because I do a lot, and I just don't know how to stop. I don't think I could stop if I wanted to. Just walk away, Lord Humongous. No, I listen. I don't think I could ever fully walk away, but I like to go down to, you know, some of these channels just do 4 videos a month, and they do very, very well by just doing that. I think I do too much, and it drives people away. I could see that, but I just feel I always have something to say every day, and that's kind of hard to curb, you know. You know, like I'm already thinking about what I want to do with next week's thing. Look at all these cool things. Look at these missiles. You roll D20 on somebody. How nasty is that? Can you imagine getting hit with a D20 thing? Bam. You know, this channel has been a lifesaver for me in a lot of ways. If you have lived the life I have and had to see the things I have to see on a daily basis, you would understand that this thing also has given me great faith and hope in humanity because of the people that have occupied this channel. It also has woken me to the fact that, you know, as much as I want to believe people are good, there are a lot of bad people out there too. And I hope to escape that because I see that on a daily basis, unfortunately. But with that said, I can tell you this. I've never been happier in my life to spend time with a bunch of people as much as I do than this community. And I've been very, very blessed. For the good people that have been in this community, you know who you are. Because I tell you all the time. Sometimes I text some of you and drive you insane. Like, why is this guy from this weird YouTube channel calling me? Or texting me? Well, because it becomes personal. It really does. Okay, so we've broken all that up. There's not a lot of... Maybe there's more tokens in the expansion, I think? Alright, well, I'm just going to put all these together. And like I said, these tokens are going to be all in certain places. So all I need is one of these, it looks like. We're going to open up the cards, and I'm going to explain the cards a little bit as well. Doug Moore, how are you? Got the full Kickstarter for this game, but hard to get people to play it. What is the full Kickstarter? Is there more to this that I don't know about? Do I need to hunt more stuff out? Just started my first 4 Against Darkness game last night because of you, Rob. Well, thank you. As long as it makes you happy, that's the most important thing. If I can show something that brings some happiness into somebody's life, then I've done a pretty good job. All right, so there's that. There's this rule book, which is kind of... I don't know how much this rule book helps me with the other book, but we'll look at it. All right. These are mission cards. Okay, so we're going to open these up, and I'm going to try to explain these. I think I got this down too. It's just I think I need one more day. Bought myself a birthday present, Modern Times, on Blu-ray. A movie I love. Ever seen it? Charlie Chaplin. I saw it a long time ago. What were the other ones I saw? I saw a few Charlie Chaplin. Hot laminators are affordable. I think mine was $20. Yeah, you can go down to... it's really easy to get a laminator. The thing that's going to cost you money is the laminate. The laminator does not cost you a lot of money. You can go down to Target and you can buy a laminator for $20. All right, so let's do this here. Okay, how to win. We see this is kind of oblivious because this is if we have people play. All right, let's see here. So these are persistent memory. Ooh, maybe I don't know what these are. Evasive thrusters. Oh, these are the cards for the different ships. Okay, so you have a level 1 ship, puddle jumper. You're gonna want to make sure that you have this because while you're out in space, you can roll a d20 and receive energy. That's really key. Okay, you have to recharge your batteries. There's a base game, expansion, and a card mission pack for Zia. Okay, I got it then. Will we see a game of Dungeon Universal before the new Kickstarter in October? I'm going to come up top and talk about this. You're going to see a video. I put it off for a couple weeks in case I change my mind. But I like to be honest with everybody, okay? And for me, that game frustrated me so much. It bogs down so badly. I'm so disappointed in that game. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but I give my final thoughts and why I don't want to play that game. When I have a game that frustrates me to the point where you feel like you're moving and then you have an enemy appear, or a bunch of enemies appear, and then you have to equip the enemies, and then you have to, and there are just certain things about the game that just slow up so badly, and it's either I'm not understanding the game, okay, or the game, is tries to do too much, and I'm very frustrated with it. And it's a funny thing. The thing that kind of changed my mind on it was I ended up getting D6 dames, danger, dragons, dudes, dungeons. There's probably another D in there somewhere. And it was such a simplified little game, and I had so much fun playing it that I was like, what am I doing? I'm killing myself trying to learn this game. And they were very nice. They said, well, we could take a couple hours. I don't have a couple of hours at times. I don't have time sometimes to sit there and take 3 days to learn a game. If I can pick something up a little at a time, if there's a game where I'm where it's a big game, I'll try to learn it for a couple hours a day, come back to it a couple days later, go over what I learned, and then add something new in until I can get it and bring it to the table. And then I screw it up even then. This, I just felt if I did a play of this, I would be very, very frustrated. And I hate saying that, because if anybody knows me, I don't like bad mouthing. I'm not a guy that gets off on bad mouthing or saying something negative about games, but it takes a lot for me to say something that I'm disappointed in. I paid a lot of money for that. I paid a real lot of money for it, and I was very, very, very disappointed in that. But I also don't want to fully give up on it. Like, I also have Dungeons Amore, Darklight Amore Mora, okay, which is an easy game, but I also ran into a little problem with that. I started painting it. I want to get it painted up. But the thing that really disappointed me about it was I had to replace all these cards. And I'm like, oh, well, here we are with Seventh Continent again. You know what I did with Seventh Continent? I sent it to Stephanie. I said, Stephanie, this ticks me off because I think I screwed everything up and all the cards are all mixed up. And Stephanie's now trying to figure it out. And that's frustrating. When you get a game, you pay a lot of money for a game, and you need to replace everything in that game because it's broken. When you pay a lot of money for something, it should be already fixed, already ready to go. It's disappointing. And, I didn't even finish all the cards with Dungeon Universal. Having to replace all that, I was confused. I spent 3 hours just replacing the first part of the cards. And then, I got frustrated and just started playing with this, the little cards. I didn't bother doing them. If they're broke, I'll figure it out. But I have to swap those out yet still. And that's frustrating. So there you go. Let's get back to Zaya. I'm taking away from the Zaya hour. Let's go top down. No, let's go. Do we want to go here? Yeah, let's go here. All right. So these are missions. And I hope that answers your question, Darlith. But maybe. I would like to say that we'll do something before October. If I can figure it out. I know there was a gentleman that had gotten hold of me that said, hey, if you ever need time, but he said, get a hold of me after 7 o'clock. Well, that's kind of hard when I'm in bed most of the time by 8 o'clock. So missions. So you're going to have these missions. And you're going to have to take a captain someplace. He's a thief. Okay. So you got to take him a certain place. Payment determined by the amount of goods stolen. So that's how you're going to get paid and stuff like that. You want to attribute money, get money, and get going. Yeah, I really do try to be honest. Hey, Ricky Royal. Wow. Hey, Rob, just popped in. as your title grabbed me. Zaya is a game folks keep recommending. Intrigued to learn more. You know, it's a funny thing, Ricky, because like I told everybody a little bit earlier, I'm going to come up top here and so I can look you in the eye, even though I can't see you, and we've never seen you, but that's okay. It's a funny thing that I had gotten this game at the Dice Tower Con. It had to be about 5 years ago, and I wanted to play it more than anything. And the funny thing about it is that it needs 3 players. Well, my son and I were playing games at that time, but then he went off and did his own thing. And it wasn't until that I just let it sit on the shelf because it just looked so cool, and I don't get rid of space games ever because I love space games, and it just sat on the shelf for the last 5 years. Well, I had been looking around and I ran into this actual thing right here. This is Embers of the Forsaken Star, and this makes it a 1-player game. Okay, it makes it a solo game, and we're going to open this up and I'm going to talk quite a bit about it if you bear with me, because I could be a little long-winded. Also, it has missions and powers, which adds more missions and powers because you're going to go around the universe and do all kinds of things. Let me go to the other camera here and kind of show you something really quick. All right, so I want to show you because I was just getting everything ready and punching things out. The ships are absolutely beautiful, okay, because they already come pre-painted, which is just fantastic. All right, and the so as you can see, you really don't need much, and they're painted so you don't have to paint them up, which is kind of fun because it adds to the theme and some of the things going on. I'm just going to give you a quick rundown because you popped in. I already talked to everybody a little bit about this and what you're trying to do. So you're going around and you're randomly you're pulling these tiles as you advance your ship. So you're going to pay energy to go forward. Now, one of the things is if you look at this ship here, okay, there are all these empty slots. So this is a level 1 ship, and you could buy up to a level 3 ship. Okay, it runs off energy. As you can see, this is 9 energy. You're going to be armed with certain things, but it's kind of funny because it has like that, what was the name of that game? The Galaxy Trucker type of thing. You're going to buy pieces to your ship, and you're going to need to buy energy, an engine, okay? As you can see, it costs you 2,000 credits. You start with $1,000, and it's going to upgrade. And you're going to have little green pegs here, and for each time you're going to take a peg, you're going to roll a D8, and that is going to be your movement. But when you put these pegs out, they stay there, okay? And then if you want to refresh this, you're going to have to pay energy. So you're also going to have to get certain abilities on your ship to make sure that you can recharge a certain amount of energy. And you got to be very conservative with your energy, because if you use up your energy, guess what? You're dead in the water. Game over. I think I explained that well, so hopefully Kabuki gets that. But you're also going to have cargo holds. So you're going to be able to take cargo and make money. But you're also going to want to protect your ship. And you got to be careful because there's certain things that you're going to be doing. Like if I wanted to add in some blasters, okay? See how that goes in there? Well, that's all fine and dandy, Rob. But what about some shields in case somebody shoots against you? Well, you got to try to figure out the best configuration that you can have some cargo hold, be able to have engines, protect yourself, and be able to get around the galaxy so you can upgrade your ship. So multi-layered and sandboxy. Exactly. Good one. All right, so there. You're going to have all types of missions. You're going to go through it, and it's open. It's just open, and it does so many different things. Now, this is just the original box, which I just opened today. Okay? Because I've had it sitting on my shelf for so long. And I'm talking to everybody too, so if you guys have questions, don't be afraid to ask, as usual. And you have all these different ships. I just want to show you have a bunch of different, and there's a ton of them that come in that box there. Puddle jumper. As you can see, some have different energy configurations. You know, what are you going to need? What do you want to run with? How do you want to explore the universe? And that's what it really comes down to. After you gain some money, you're able to upgrade to another ship. Okay? If you could see here, well, it's going to cost you $5,000 to upgrade your ship. You can transfer your stuff over, but you can also upgrade. And each ship has a painted mini to match. Correct, Kabook. And if you see here, now you get 13 instead of the 10 that we originally started with here. So you keep upgrading your hold. All right. So as you're going, you're trying to negotiate all these things and trying to be the baddest ship in the universe. And and then you can go to a level 3 ship. Look at that, 18 hold. Now you can carry more. It's going to cost you 8,000. All right, you're going to have a lot more energy to use. You're going to be able to equip and go after people instead of being the hunted. But speaking of that, which kind of leads us into the solo aspect of this, okay, and also gives you a beautiful backstory. If you win, you read the victory story with that particular ship, and you could try to use different types of ships to win. So let's move this out of the way. The expansion, because one of the reasons I broke this out after 5 years is because of this expansion. So what does this expansion do that makes everything so much cooler? Well, let's open it up. All right. Or let's hope that we can open it up. Is it scenario based or standard game mode? This one here is, I believe it is I want to call it a standard game mode. Kabuki, you can answer that better than I could. What you're trying to do, and I'm going to show you in a second when I open this up, which is a great question. There's a lot of missions and things that go into it. The solo rules, as you can see, this is built for solo. So you're going to take certain things out of here, but there's two very different planets. One of the things that people complained about the game, and I'm going to try to make this as quick so I don't drag this out for you, Rick, is that going around, it was like merchants and marauders, and yeah, it was merchant and marauders, but it was just too easy because you were able to kind of just bounce between two planets and kind of break the game. Well, they fixed some of that stuff. The NPCs here, you've got 3 different types of NPCs, which is a scoundrel. If you have any kind, you're going to be hunted the whole time. So you're trying to get to a certain amount of victory points, but they're trying to get there too. Okay. So here's this card. You're setting the you're trying to get the most fame points first. Okay. You start as an unknown captain. Okay. And as you gain points, there's certain things going to happen. Well, this right here is an event card. It's going to change how the whole universe acts and certain things that are going to happen. You're going to want to try to mine. You're going to try to be a pirate. You're going to try to be about 90 different things. You're going to do missions to try to get these fame points. Okay. But the NPCs are doing the same thing. So if you get out way ahead here, okay, so say we have 2 fame points and the NPCs have none, okay, well, they're going to get a bonus to their die because every single turn they're going to roll a d20. And what that's going to do is push them ahead, okay? And as they push ahead, you've got to move a little bit faster and you've got to be smarter because they got 3 ships that are working against you. Particularly, it's a scoundrel, an enforcer, and a merchant. One is going to be doing commerce. Its sole mission is just to run around and do different types of commerce. The other is an enforcer. If you do something against the law where you're an outlaw, they're going to come after you. So you don't want to be an outlaw. If you are going to have any kind of goods on your ship, okay, the scoundrels, which are the pirates, are going to come after you and try to take you out. Okay? So so there's a whole bunch of different things. Now, as you're both moving, you're going to find that they're going to jump ahead of you a little bit. And you're just going to have to do different things and really kind of move and be adventurous and all these other things. Once they get here, and say you're playing a 20-point game, once they get to the halfway point, well, they have a card that flips over, okay, which is NPC stats, which I'm going to show you right here, okay? You start on this side, and then you flip over to this side, and they move even faster, okay? So they start chasing you down and just make it really hard. And there's different modes you can play. You can play easy mode, where you just stay on side A. You could play normal mode, that you use side A until you get halfway to the victory points and then flip over and then they use side B. Or you could just be hardcore, which, I like to do, and just go use side B, okay? Which means that they're going to be coming after you and trying to kill you. They're going to get their kill on. All right? So you are going to be going through here, and there's different cards that are going to come out. There's going to be things that you can get titles. There's event cards that you're going to run into. If they run into it, it turns over immediately, and they just activate it a lot faster. But as you can see, all these different things are going to happen, and it's going to change the face of the universe. It's nice the game changes up in response to what you are doing as per normal mode. Exactly. It changes completely up. And the missions, and there's another box here with all these different missions, so you don't know what kind of missions are going to pop out in the middle of going through this universe and expanding in this universe. Now here's a couple. Now this is the first time I'm opening this, and we're seeing all kinds of different ships in here. Oh, that skimmer is really nice looking. Ooh, so you get more ships in here. And you get more, oh wow, you get more universe tiles, which is awesome. So as you can see, you are going to match these tiles up. See how this here goes to here, okay? That's the only way you can do that, all right? And then you're going to have the other part match up there. Now this is just to give you a little bit of a feel of what goes on here. So just to kind of, just more cards, more variety. Yeah, adding more variety just adds more things. If you get on this gravitation, you can go through here, okay? And use your movement to go through here. Now, when we pass through this mission, the only way you can get it is if you roll and go backwards. Okay, so you're constantly moving. If you get here, you're going to roll a d6, and you're taking a chance, because if you roll 6, you get sucked into the black hole and you're dead. But if you can get here and grab these 2 markers, and what these things do, okay, for every 2 that you capture, first of all, you're going to turn over, and they're going to give you certain types of either money, fame points. Let's see if I can pull out some different ones. Yeah, okay. You're going to get +5 movement. You're going to get a captain's delivery card. You're going to get energy. You can take ice damage. Okay, the ice damage is a big thing here. Okay, you want to be careful. You don't want to take damage on your ship. You also can go to certain planets and you can excavate. So what you're going to be able to do is excavate a planet, and then when you do, you don't take a look at it until you get back to the base where you can sell this, and you're going to discover what this is. You can either take a fame point, which ultimately is helping you win, or you can take 2,000 credits, which is going to help you upgrade certain things, and some, oh God, I forgot what they call this. Kabuki, what do they call this stuff? Embers? Is this embers, or is it, I forgot what type of material it is, but it's worth value. And if you sell it in the right place, that's basically $4,000. $4,000 is halfway to another ship. Okay, so it really does a lot of different things. Let me just start popping some of this out, and we'll go through some of this. This also adds, as you can see, you're going to go to worlds, and you can excavate. Remember what I told you? You can excavate. There'll be 5 of these here, 4 of these here. There'll also be on this planet, because you want to be able to. It's a dead world. You're going to have one of these, But you can excavate. But here's the problem. Yeah, you can excavate and possibly get this if you get anywhere from an 11 to 20 on a D20 roll. So for instance, does this come with any dice? Nope. Oh, it comes with more credits though. More credits the better. I've got to show you a few more things and hopefully this helps. So let me grab the box of goodness and we've always got, hey, see, I've already started painting Dark Light Memento Mori. Be ready, folks. It's coming soon. So for instance, with this particular world, and let's just do this the right way. All right. So I can kind of show you guys a little bit, so you're not just sitting here watching me opening up this game, which was the original intention anyways, was to open up the game. And there's a couple things I do want to show you that I did not talk about earlier. So you get all these beautiful painted ships. All right. Really does some neat things. So say this one is not bordered. And there are certain worlds that are bordered. Come on. No, that's not bordered. Here's the economy board. It actually fixes some of the problems. That if you put this here, it turns into. If you want to trade this in, it turns into something else. So it's a really neat system. It keeps people honest. And this economy board breaks what was the broken economy. So really, really neat. We'll talk more about that. Oh boy, I was hoping one was in here. Well, anyways, most of the time the planets are surrounded by a border, and you can only go in that particular way. So that's a big thing. So you wouldn't just be able to go like on this dead world. You can come in from any direction. It's a dead world, so that's what happens. So if say I came over here and I said, well, you know what I want to do? I want to come over here and I want to excavate. Well, you're going to roll a d20, and for this instance, I rolled a 9. So a 9 was really bad, okay? Because I'm going to take 9 ice damage. And that's not cool. How am I going to do that with my ship? Well, I better have a bunch of shields and things like that I can absorb that ice damage. Now, if I was able to roll a 14, I would be able to take this, okay? Or, you know, I could just come over and get this particular thing and, oh, hey, I get +5 movement. I can keep on moving. Or I can come over here and take some event cards. And hopefully that will give me certain things. So there's all kinds of things that are just going on. And this is just the expansion fixed that with the market board. Yes, if 2 planets were near each other, that's what I was talking about. You could just bounce back and forth and break the game. Well, this fixes that. This fixes it really, really well. There's a lot more though, so let's talk even more about some of these boards here. This introduces Rikishi. Now some of you might be thinking, Rikishi? You mean Rikishi the wrestler? No, Rikishi the comet. It can't be good if this thing is going out. If you pull a card that has this, you are going to place this. Okay. And we'll talk about this card as well, too. And these cards all match up, as you can see. Every turn, if you come off, you're going to pay a certain amount of energy here. Okay? And what that energy is going to do is you're going to expose different parts of the universe. So the universe is always growing. So what you'll do is you go, okay, I want to discover this. Well, you're going to have to match up the symbols here. See how that symbol matches there, and then you're going to have this. So you were able to discover it, but it cost you 2 energy. So you got to be very careful with your energy. You want to keep on expanding the universe, and as you move, you're going to pay energy to move, of course, over there. And you're going to say, well, I want to expand and see that. Well, I'm going to pay another 2 energy, and then sure enough, your universe is constantly growing, expanding, and showing you more and different things. Over here, remember we talked about ice damage. Then, of course, there are Is this it? Yes, it is. I believe so. You may come over here. All right. And you may come over here and be in this particular spot. And guess what you're going to run into? And this is this is just really, really, really cool. All right, and that's, you can run into comets. I mean, how glorious is that? All right, so now you have a comet that's going to start here, and you're going to roll a d6. So if you ended your movement there and you couldn't move any further, there's a good chance that that comet can come and hit you 3. So we'd go 1, 2, whoa, near miss. You almost got hit by a comet. What is the game end condition? How long a game is it? I would say you want to play till 20 points. Okay, 20 fame points. And that's this thing that I was talking about here. The first here, whether it's the bad guys or the good guys. Okay. Oh, did I go up top there? Oh, that's because I hit the... Sorry about that. There we go. All right. So, again, it's a race to get to 20. Okay? And I think you can shorten it to 15 even. Okay? So you decide the goal... so you decide the goal at the start. You decide how long you want the game. You could either make it a 20-point game, which would probably take you about, that if you have the system down, probably about 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. But you can shorten the game, and you could do this in an hour and a half hour solo, and I don't think you would be disappointed one bit whatsoever. There you go. I've played 10-point games. I always feel it ended too early. Yeah, 15 I think is the sweet spot right there. 15 is a good sweet spot, I think. The times I've played, now I played this with 3 players, so then you have the human element in there, which slows down the game a bit. But anytime we've played 15 points, and I always found that it was about an hour and a half, and I thought that was a good thing. 10 points is good if you are just, I think if you're just trying the game for the first time. If you're trying the game for the first time and you want to make sure that you have all the mechanics down, all the movement down, start with 10 points. I think that's a perfect game, especially if you are playing the AI as well. I think it really works. It's nice and fast. And then you go, okay, that was fun. Okay, now let me try a little farther. Let me go 15, then maybe 20. So I hope that answers a ton of questions for a ton of people. Look at this. There's all kinds of see, you can have multiple comets out here, which is just glorious onto its own right. So there's just so much going on with this. This expansion really sets this game apart. Calibus, another dead world. So you have all these fantastic worlds that you're running into. And every turn you're going to add a new tile to expand the universe. So you add one, but you can also expand it. So you don't have to pay energy. You could take it the slow route if you want to save your energy. If you notice, everything has to match up a certain way. Boom. Right there. Perfect. So it grows, and this... Let me see if I can bring this out a little bit. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that, folks. So you can just run around and do so many different things. There's so many different things going on. And you're going to have mission cards in here, like I said. And let's open these up and show you some of the event cards that have been introduced that can cause you just complete and utter bedlam. That's if I can get this open. The whole point of today was just getting this out, explaining it a little bit, and then actually, Ricky, if you get a chance, it'll probably be about 8 o'clock your time over in lovely England. I'm going to, on Wednesday, I'm going to do a solo live play of it, and that way we can go through all the bumps and bruises of it. Oh, I can't stand when I can't get these things open. Because I don't have fingernails either. And I want to show you off the car. Yeah, if you want to pop in, that'd be great. And like I said, I'm going to go through the whole thing. I wanted to let everybody know because I got a lot of really neat things that I want to do that are out of the ordinary. You know, you can only do, as you know, you can only keep up with so many things. Okay, so you'll pull a vent card, such as wormholes. Okay, with this card, while this card is in play. So remember, when you land, like I said, when you land on Kabuki, does it sound like I have this down okay? You know, I just want to go a little bit further. It doesn't matter how pretty a game it is if it plays like a hot garage. Well, that's a good point, Matt. So again, when you step on one of these spaces, you're going to pull one of these event cards. And now all spawn points are connected to each other and provide special movement similar to gates. Now, gates, there's going to be certain victory points that are going to be on here. And if you are able to jump from one gate to another gate, which I think I have another gate here. Thought I had another gate here. Oh, there it is. Is that it? No, that's in the other box, I think. This comes with a whole bunch of new tiles that do so many different things. And a lot to keep up. But you can jump from a gate to another gate, and I just don't have the gate out. And when you do that, if you connect those two gates, you're going to get those 2 points, and that's going to boost up your, again, if you're here, you know, you'll get 2 points and you'll move up there. Now, what this card does is the spawn points, which I don't believe none of these have the spawn points where you spawn, they become gates. And whenever somebody tries to use spawn points for a special movement, roll a d20. On a 1, the wormhole collapses and the ship using the wormhole is destroyed. So you can end up dying. This card remains in play until the wormhole collapses. So until it eats somebody alive. Which is kind of a cool event because now you have this. So now you got to watch out for using wormholes. They can help you. They can harm you. Then you could pull another event card. If Nair is in play, which is one of it's the other sun. Solar flare. Any player ships up to 1 sector away from Nair take D8 ice damage. Remember what I said about ice damage? It's nasty. It's blockable. There are sometimes you can take damage. That are 3. Ship inside the kiln takes no damage. That is basically the spaceport. There's a spaceport where you can do certain things. Then place 1 damage on this card. When there are 3 damage on this card goes away. Boom. So you have to worry about trying to go back, and you're going to have to be able to dodge in and dodge out of certain things. So there's so many different things that happen. Then again, this becomes a thing. You have to dock to get rid of the ice damage. Exactly. Benefactor. You could be a benefactor. You could try to get these titles. These are also things that on this card that when they come into play, okay, that you're going to turn this over. And if you're able to do this, you're going to get this much in fame points. Remember, the whole idea is to get these fame points. And there's like 50 billion ways that you can do it. Okay, Ice Rock Jockey. Enter a comet's path and have a comet end its movement on a space adjacent to your ship. Well, I just did that. I would have got this. I would have got a fame point. On your turn, when you roll for the comet movement, you may alter the roll by +1 or -1 once you claim this. So once you claim this title, they also give you kind of special powers. Being an ice rock jockey, a benefactor, a courier, you know, you're gonna do an archaeologist. When after you fulfill what the card does, you are going to find that what's going to happen is that you're going to get an ability that's going to stay with you, plus get some fame points on top of it, which is just glorious. More missions, okay, and some of these missions are just deadly. Some are good. There's a thing where you can get destroyed. You know, you roll 1, bye. Thanks for coming by. Ton more mission cards. And here, this is the neat part. Is this okay, these are the kiln. So this is the kiln, which is the space hub, okay? And you can sell Ember here for 2,000 points, and you may enter and exit from any adjacent space. So you can orbit and dock with the space station. Skimmer, let's see, player turns. Okay, so it's going to give you how to win. It's going to give you how your player turn all the way plays out. Nice little card that does a lot of things here. And in here, I believe, is the part for the solo that I think you want to hear and see. And hopefully, I do a good enough job to explain this. So again, more title cards, more event cards, solo campaign upgrades. All right, so as you can upgrade as you go, which is really kind of neat, but you have to be able to do the first part and then upgrade even further. You can do a solo campaign. That's the other thing I forgot to tell you about, is there is a solo campaign that you go through and play it a number of times, and you're going to upgrade your ship each time, and there's going to be certain things that you're going to want to be able to do. And then there's the behavior cards. All right, this is the part where that I'm just trying to get my hand around here to make sure. So for instance, the scoundrel. Now look, on the side here, there are 4 different behaviors that this card can, that this ship can do. Okay, what you're going to do is I would mix this up, and then I would take a D4 and go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you roll your D4, and that is going to be the behavior. So say we roll the 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to turn this over, and this is what the behavior of the scoundrel is always going to be. Target, player, if innocent. Behavior, move to target. If in range, attack, then move to loathe. If not, move to target again. Okay? Hateful, it could be hateful. Target, well, you're going to target the player. Move to target, if in range, attack. So the whole job of this scoundrel is he really hates you. Okay? And he wants to kill you. There's another thing that he can do. He could be a bully. A scoundrel that wants to pick on you. Target if tier 1 or tier 2. If you are weaker, he's just going to go around, come after you. And if in range, he's going to attack. If no damage dealt, he's going to attack again. And then opportunist. If if damaged or carrying cargo cubes, okay, he's going to come after you. If not, he's not. He's just going to float out there. But the minute you grab something, he's going to come after you, and he wants to destroy you because you have cargo. So that's where he gets that pirate type of ability. Enforcer. This is more like a police officer. These 3 are out there, and they are constantly doing stuff to try to outdo you. It's kind of like Duel of Ages. Oh, that was a yeah, Duel of Ages. Great game. Really great game. Good call. It kind of has a Duel of Ages in space feel about it too. Yeah, I think you're right there, Ricky. I think you're right, my man. Enforcer. Enforcer trying to do the job. Outlaw. So if you have a bounty or an outlaw, you're an outlaw. It's going to move to you. It's going to attack to you, and it repeats the steps. So it gets 2 turns every time we go into the NPC phase. Corrupt. Oh, corrupt lawman. Player, if outlaw. Move to target twice. If in range, player may pay 1,000. Pay off the enforcer. If no payment, attack twice. Nasty. See? All right. Big game hunter. Outlaw. If tier 2, so if you have a tier 2 ship and you are an outlaw, it's going to come at you and attack twice. And then finally, single-minded, any ship that enters Loath, which is its starting position, I believe, It'll move twice to outside Aloth planetary entrance. If target, move to target twice. If in range, attack twice. So a lot of different things. And the merchant, he's just doing one thing. He is out there trying to collect as much as he can. He's going to sell spice on the next trade units. And there's a card in here where it actually... he moves from planet to planet to planet if the planet is in play. If that planet is not in play, the thing goes back and you move again. Whew. All right, I think I explained that. Ricky, I want to show you one more thing. I want to ask you about something, and I wondered if you backed this or if this was something that you were going to be doing soon, because I just picked this monster up. And this is, I haven't even opened it yet. It is Hunters AD 2114. And it's an interesting little apocalyptic game. So I wonder if this was another thing that you haven't seen that I may force you to buy after all the years that every time you've done a video, I've had to go out and buy stuff because you've played it. So now I'm going to try to turn the tables on you, and I'm going to show you all kinds of stuff that maybe you haven't seen and make you go spend some money, or at least get a hold of the developer. That's the nasty type of person I am, my friend. But I'm going to be showing this off later in the week. Hopefully Thursday or Friday. Probably Friday. It'll probably be a little earlier so you can check it out. Right? You're doing that to me a lot recently, Rob. It's good. I'll tell you, I enjoy your work. Like I said, you have been my favorite for a very, very long time. It's been you and Rodney, because Rodney's always taught me certain things. And I hope one day that I make it over to England, especially to go see a Manchester United game. And then the second thing I like to do is make sure I go do during the UK Expo and run into you and, well, tip one with you, my friend. Let's see. I think I explained everything that I possibly could with this. The only thing I haven't checked out is the missions and powers. And I think all that does is just add more. You can, for sure. That would be awesome. Rodney is a mensch. Kabook. Oh, boy, you kill me, girl. Andrew Franks, how are you, my friend? Rob, keep making me buy stuff. Well, I can't help it because I keep on buying stuff. So I guess we all got to buy it together. Nothing. How are you? What's up? So there you go. I hope this helps. I hope this helps explain everything. I'm going to get everything all broken up here, get it all in the box and ready. And then Wednesday, I would say 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, which I think for you and guys in England, that would be around 8 o'clock, if I'm not 100% correct. Because I think we're 5 hours at this time of the year instead of 6. Oh, geez. Did I join as it's ending? Yeah, pretty much. I how long have I been on? Yeah, I've been on about almost 90 minutes. I'll buy for Zia as long as Corey keeps putting out stuff. Yeah, there's more stuff that I got to try to find. If I'm missing something, Kabuki, send me an email, let me know, and I'll grab even more of it. Great show. Glad to have popped in. Wednesday, 8 p.m. There you go. Sounds right. Keep up the good work. You too, my friend. I look forward to seeing what you do each and every week. It's always fun to watch you do your thing. And then when you don't do something and you skip a week, I notice, believe me. All right, listen. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. I had a blast doing this with y'all. Smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the good old subscribe. You're going to find that we're going to do a lot of fun things. And I have a special surprise this week. A very special surprise of a game that I saw out of nowhere that I had brought in. And I think you're really going to like what it is because it's so different and it's so big. And I'm spending already time learning that as much as I am Zaya. So we're going to have a fun week. I'm looking forward to it. As always, we always spend time together, and you all mean the world to me. I love you all dearly. You know that. And I hope you all have a wonderful day, and we will see you tomorrow, as always. Don't forget, tomorrow night, we're doing Too Many Bones with Candace. Take it easy, everybody.